Welcome to our session on revocable charitable bequests and charitable designations. If you listen to the presentations on charitable remainder trusts and charitable gift annuities, you've learned that they offer donors substantial immediate tax benefits, an immediate income tax deduction, and the bypass of capital gains tax among them. But those benefits come at a price. You have to make a lifetime irrevocable transfer to gain those benefits. If you prefer to keep control of your assets during life but want to have your estate plan benefit good causes, consider doing what most legacy donors do. Write a revocable commitment to those causes into your estate plan. There are several ways to do this. Let's say you want a simple, flexible way to benefit good causes upon your death. Your attorney will likely suggest a charitable bequest in your will or living trust. You can change the bequest at any time you wish. Your attorney will suggest language something like this: I bequeath to, and here you write in the legal name and location of the good cause and its tax ID number, the sum of, here you write in the dollar amount. Many donors prefer to give a percentage of their estate rather than a fixed amount. If that's what you decide, your bequest will read something like this: I bequeath to XYZ good cause, and here you write in the percentage you wish to give of the rest, residue, and remainder of my estate. If you want to give a specific property, real estate for example, your bequest will say something like, I bequeath to XYZ charity the following described property. Here you write in a description of the property you wish to give and its location. Make sure you use the legal name, location, and tax ID number of the charity you want to benefit. An estate planning attorney's review helps as well. With your bequest in place, your gift will go to the charities you've named, following the terms of your will or living trust. If during your life you change your mind about the good causes you've named, you can change your bequests. You are in control. Some people prefer to name good causes as beneficiaries of a percentage of their IRA or other retirement plans that still have value when the plan's beneficiaries die. This can make good tax sense. For example, say you want to share your estate equally with your relatives and a good cause. Assume that at your death your two major assets are your home, a home you paid $50,000 for, that is now worth $300,000, and your IRA, also worth about $300,000. Your attorney will likely tell you to set up your estate plan so that at your death your home goes to your relatives and your IRA to the good cause. Why? If you give your standard non-Roth IRA to your relatives, they may have to pay income tax on it. Just as you would pay income tax on distributions from your IRA during your life, so will your heirs after your death. Depending on their tax bracket, they may pay several thousands of dollars of taxes on the IRA gift you wanted them to enjoy in full. The tax-exempt nonprofit, however, will avoid the tax and get every dime of the IRA's final distribution. What happens to the home if it goes to your relatives? Remember, you paid only $50,000 for it? When they sell it, won't they pay capital gains tax on the difference between the sale price and what you paid for it? They will not. The IRS is nice to your heirs when you pass assets like appreciated stock or real estate to them after your death. The IRS gives them what is called a step up in basis. It's as though they had purchased the property from you at its full fair market value at the time of your death. If the property is worth $300,000 at your death, their basis will not be the $50,000 you paid for it, but the $300,000 it's now worth. If they sell it for $300,000, how much capital gains tax will they pay? None. So you can see that if you want to remember good causes at all, putting a charitable designation for a percentage of your IRA or other retirement plan can make good sense. Follow the instructions of your IRA or retirement plan's custodian for adding a good cause as a beneficiary. Your relatives are still seeing something that might have gone to them going to a good cause, but it's something they would have paid tax on if they received it, a tax the good cause avoids completely. It's not that the transfer costs your heirs nothing. It just costs them less than if you transfer a non-taxable gift to the cause. Another convenient way to include good causes in your estate plan is through a charitable designation in a life insurance policy. You ask your life insurance agent for a beneficiary designation form. Then, following their instructions, name the good cause as a beneficiary of a percentage of the policy's value upon your death. In some cases, the designation is very easy to make. In all cases, it's best to let the good cause know what you've done. This allows them to make sure your wishes are carried out to the letter. If you want to keep your plans confidential, tell them to keep the record of your gift in a private file and to keep your name off their legacy circle list, except perhaps as anonymous. Charitable bequests and charitable designations in IRAs and life insurance policies share the common trait of being revocable by you during your lifetime. However, they all become irrevocable upon your death, ensuring your wishes will be carried out. Of course, all this assumes that something of value remains in your estate at that time. The most common reason individuals with written estate plans do not include good causes in them is that they feel their children or other relatives should be left the entire estate. In some cases, that is exactly what should happen. But in other cases, the donor has not thought through what their estate plan is for. The first reason to have a written estate plan is to make sure your wishes are carried out upon your death, not your wishes as interpreted by a judge following an impersonal formula imposed on those who die without a will or living trust. The second reason is to pass what you own as quickly and economically as possible to your beneficiaries. But a third reason is to reflect your values. A woman who was a mother of 3 and grandmother of 6 balked at including a good cause as a beneficiary of her estate plan. She had volunteered for the cause for more than 25 years and loved what they did, but she thought, I cannot take away from my children's inheritance. On reflection, though, she slowly changed her mind. The good cause was not asking her to disinherit her children. They were asking to be remembered. For how much? She asked the cause's director of development. Well, how much would you have to set aside in our endowment to continue the kind of annual support you give us now? $10,000 earning 4% a year would do it, she said. Her estate was worth many times that amount. A few months later, she called the development officer and said she wanted to be listed as a member of their legacy circle. What changed your mind? The development officer asked. Well, I spoke with my children about it, and none had any objection. With the relatively modest amount I had in mind, none of them felt disinherited. In fact, they seemed pleased I was remembering a cause I have supported for so long. I now think of my charitable bequest as part of my children's inheritance, a last reminder to care about others. Her charitable gift allowed her estate plan to reflect more accurately the person she was, not only someone devoted to family, but someone who cared about others. Thank you for listening to this presentation.